I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano along with Eric Hamilton.
In the house.
In the house.
All right.
Go Astros.
Yeah.
Got your Astros hat.
I know. I'm nervous.
Oh boy. Happy Halloween. We're recording this Halloween morning.
Yes, we should have dressed up.
The Astros are down 3-1.
Yeah.
By the time you hear this, actually, everyone will know whether the Astros won or lost.
For sure. For sure.
So, yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy. All the, non-stop Halloween scary movies that are on, almost every channel.
Yes. Oh, my God.
AMC, non-stop.
Last night, I showed my son Leo Beetlejuice for the first time.
Wow. Nice.
And he loved it.
Well, of course.
You know, that movie is rated PG.
It is.
I think it came out in 88.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's rated PG, and my favorite line as a kid, it was always my favorite line in Beetlejuice, is when Michael Keaton knocks over the tree and he goes, "Nice fucking model," and then he grabs his dick
and honks it.
It's a PG movie. Back then, you could say that and grab your dick and honk it twice in a PG movie.
That was always my favorite part too. I think that's everybody's.
Right.
Yeah.
And back then, when we were kids, it wasn't a big deal to show a kid a movie like that.
Right.
Now that I've said this publicly, child services might take Leo away from me.
I think so.
You let him see a movie where they said the F word?
How dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he loved the movie and he wasn't scared. I mean, I saw Beetlejuice probably when I was his age, and I remember being pretty scared when Alec Baldwin and what the hell's her name? Gina Davis, when they fucking ripped their face open.
Oh, I know.
Or it was hers because she had the huge mouth with the eyeballs on the tongue.
And then he pulls his face and sticks his hand through his head.
Yeah.
And then eyeballs on his fingers.
Right, yeah. I remember always being freaked out by Gina Davis's face in that scene.
Right.
And the creepy old lady that's their caseworker or whatever.
Oh, yeah, and the smoke comes out of her neck.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen Beetlejuice all the way through that it was I missed some of the jokes as a kid. I didn't get some of the jokes as a kid because I'm an adult now, the whole, I heard that if you commit suicide, then you become a caseworker in the afterlife, and that's exactly
right.
How they, the guy that hangs himself works there. This guy jumped in front of a moving car, got ran over.
The guy who's on the, clip to the thing, goes through the little slit in the wall.
And then the receptionist who cut herself or whatever.
Yeah.
But we should just review Beetlejuice.
We really should.
I mean, we kind of just did, but yeah, no, it's so good. And Michael Keaton, that was before he played Batman.
Yeah.
Tim Burton was I want this guy, the guy that played Beetlejuice in my movie.
Right, yeah. I like his methods so much. I'm gonna make him a damn superhero.
Which was Beetlejuice is more like the Joker than anything.
Right.
It's
he's he's gonna be one of them. He's gonna be one of them. I don't know which one yet. Maybe both.
He's kind of, there's a lot of similarities between Beetlejuice and Heath Ledger's Joker, in my opinion.
Right.
Just of how over the top and crazy they are.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
That would have been kind of crazy if Michael Keaton played the Joker and Batman. That would have been absolutely insane. Oh my God.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then the first time you see Beetlejuice in the movie, when he's in the cowboy outfit, he's "Oh, come on down to Beetlejuice." He looked like Tiger King in the, go watch it again. And I was oh, he looks like Tiger King. It's so weird.
I know. He just needs a EMS jacket.
Maybe Tiger King was going for Beetlejuice this entire time.
That could have been it. I think you're onto something. Yeah. We'll have to see if we can get him on the show.
Yeah. But anyways, since it is our Halloween episode, we're going to get killed off just like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
We were watching the first Treehouse of Horror right before we recorded this.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to be reviewing Halloween Kills towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
We actually originally were not going to watch it, but then there's no new movie coming out this week.
Right.
And since it's Halloween, we might as well recap the latest Halloween movie.
Right. And it's not It's not very often that a movie gets a reboot and then the original franchise starts churning out more movies.
There's multiple reboots of this fucking series.
I know.
But we're going to talk about that later. First, we have to talk about all the latest Hollywood hogwash. All right, so first things first. Obviously, the most anticipated movie of the year, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Coming out in December.
Right.
And according to Empire Magazine, Dr. Kurt Connors from The Amazing Spider-Man and the Sandman from Spider-Man 3 will also be in the film.
I've heard that.
So we already know about Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Electro. They're all confirmed.
Right.
We're just missing one more villain for the Sinister Six.
Right.
And I'm thinking that's got to be Beetlejuice, right?
That's got to be Kane?
Got to be Keaton.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Vulture, right? Michael Keaton's Vulture?
That would be great.
Because he's going to be in Morbius.
Yes.
So you would hope.
Right. I would like that.
Because, Venom, okay, like, if Venom's in it, like, he's not going to be a part of the Sinister Six,
right? You can't just...
Venom can't be a part of the Sinister Six.
No, that would be, like, jumping the shark.
Yeah. Like, he's got to help Spider-Man against them.
Right. He's got to fight Spider-Man and then help Spider-Man.
Right. Just like all the...
Yeah.
Just like Batman and Superman. Oh, we're going to fight each other, but then there's something worse.
Right. Just like Godzilla versus Kong.
Right.
Yeah. We got to get some teamwork up in this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many you could throw out. I mean, I would love to see Vincent D'Onofrio show up as Kingpin.
Oh, God, yes.
Right? Like, he's the one who's bankrolling them.
Right.
That would be great.
Because he, I think in the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s, wasn't he bankrolling at least some of them?
Yeah, I think so. He helped develop the
Rhino.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Oh, what about Scorpion?
Yeah, because that guy from Better Call Saul was Scorpion and Homecoming.
Right.
Before he was Scorpion, obviously.
Right. No, that would be a good callback.
Kingpin's supposed to show up in the Hawkeye show, right?
I think so. That's the rumor.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. That's what I'm looking forward to most about the Hawkeye show.
I know, right?
If he's not there, it's going to be disappointing. But
yeah,
Empire also said the creators of the film described No Way Home as nothing less than Spider-Man Endgame.
I know this isn't our wrestling podcast, but can you just hit bottom left?
Yeah, I knew it. It's so funny. I was thinking the same thing when I said, I was like,
So when we go see it, I'm going to be handing out ponchos to the people in our immediate area.
Yeah. I'm going to have just 911 ready to go.
Please.
Just in case, you freak out again.
Right. As soon as tickets go on sale, we're buying immediately because I don't want to be stuck in shitty seats. I want to be like good front and center. Well, not front, but And
I'm sure it comes out on a Thursday, right?
Oh, for sure.
So Thursday?
Yeah.
First showing Thursday?
Yeah.
Even if there's like a noon on Thursday?
Maybe. Possibly. Hell, they may do it on Wednesday,
That's what we did for Endgame. We saw Endgame at like 7 p.m. like the Thursday it came out. And that was awesome.
It was. It really was. Because that's when you get the crowd that's the most into it.
Yeah.
It's movies like that where you kind of want like the audience cheer, because you want to cheer and yell and scream.
Right.
And so when the audience does that, you're like, oh, good, I can finally, I can do exactly what I want.
My worst experience for the Thursday night openings is when I saw Spider-Man 3. And obviously it wasn't, a good movie.
Right.
But at the time, throughout the movie, I loved Spider-Man 1 and 2 so much that I was trying to forgive the movie and no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Right.
But the packed theater Thursday opening, and most of the theater was laughing throughout the movie, because it was so bad. And I was like, hey, shut up, man. This is good. Why are you ruining the movie?
And then you saw Peter Parker start dancing. You're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I can't defend this anymore.
No.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Very much so.
It's rough.
Does this theater here have an IMAX?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
Well, we can figure out which theater to do it at.
Yeah.
Depending on what time.
Right. I remember also in Endgame, not just the cheers, but anytime Thanos, at the end, almost snapped his fingers, all the women in the theater would scream like they were watching a horror movie.
Right.
They'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
And like you'd see like a character come back and people would lose their mind.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like there was that one girl when Captain Marvel showed back up. She like screamed. I was like, oh boy.
I can't believe Captain Marvel's back.
I know, right? Yeah. Like, okay.
In Endgame, when she's like, you may not see me for a while, she's basically like saying, see you at the end of the movie.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You may not see me for a while, like 2 hours.
Yeah. Right. All right. Also, speaking of the MCU, Bill Murray was recently on the Jimmy Kimmel Live, and the host asked him about recent comments he made to a German magazine about working on a Marvel movie. Murray told Kimmel, I'm not supposed to say, but Paul Rudd's in the movie and he's playing Ant-Man.
Oh, God, he's in a new Avengers.
So Bill Murray's apparently going to be in Ant-Man 3.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I always like Bill Murray showing up wherever.
But a lot of times, especially lately, if he's in a movie, like he just plays himself. So, like it's a small role. So like I hope it's not that. Because like he's done that way too much lately.
Yeah.
Like in the Zombieland movies, you know?
Right.
Like that, those were great and everything, but I hope he's not playing Bill Murray in the Ant-Man 3, you know? I hope he's playing a character. Like,
yeah.
So,
like, even if it was like
maybe the villain, because that's a funny. The Ant-Man movies are funny anyway. They don't have to be that serious,
right? I think what would be really funny, like the way that those movies work and the tone is, if Bill Murray's a villain, but he was a villain to Hank Pym's Ant-Man,
right?
So he's trying to be a villain, and it's just like, oh, okay, come on, let's get you back, you know,
right?
Nice and easy.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. Also, director Dennis Villeneuve, I don't know how to pronounce his name, the director of Dune. He announced that Legendary Entertainment and Warner Brothers are moving forward with the Dune sequel. He said, it was a dream of mine to adapt Frank Herbert's Dune, and I have the fans, the cast, and the crew, Legendary and Warner Brothers, to thank for supporting this dream. This is only the beginning.
Oh, God.
Just like the... end of the movie.
Yeah.
He also hinted that the Dune franchise could be a trilogy.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Yeah?
Isn't the book a trilogy?
Is it?
I think so.
Well, because they're 2/3... Like, people that know the book said that this movie was 2/3 of the book. So now you're going to make 1/3... Well, I guess if it's 3 books, then maybe that's the case. But
yeah,
I was thinking, oh, you're going to make like 1/3 2 movies? But I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. Also, in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Will Ferrell said that he turned down $29 million to star in the sequel to Elf because the script was really bad. Ferrell said, I would have had to promote the movie from an honest place, which would have been like, oh, no, it's not good. I just couldn't turn down that much money. And I thought, can I actually say these words? I don't think I can, so I guess I can't do the movie.
Yeah.
Now, this seems, cool, but Will, where has that been the last 10 years of your career?
Right. Yeah.
Like the Sherlock Holmes movie? I didn't even see that. It looks so bad.
Right.
Like, he has not had a good movie in a long time.
No.
So his morals clearly left him since the Elf sequel. Since turning down the Elf sequel.
Yeah. I mean... I don't know. It's just, yeah, he hasn't. I mean, the Daddy's Home ones,
those are okay.
Those were kind of funny.
Yeah,
but yeah, like I don't get what this thing is about. Like, let's make a sequel like 15 years later, like after the fact,
right?
You know, like if you don't do it within a certain time span,
yeah,
like just leave it alone,
right?
Like, because there's so many movies that they've just destroyed. By introducing a shitty sequel.
The Dumb and Dumber sequel. Like, what was that, 20 years later at the time?
Yeah.
And like there was, oh my God, I was like, this is so awkward.
Yeah.
It's so not funny. There was like a couple funny scenes. Same for Anchorman 2. Like I love the final battle in Anchorman 2. Like that alone I feel was worth it. But like the rest of the movie. Okay, and the first Anchorman, Steve Carell's the funniest parts in the movie.
Correct.
In Anchorman 2, he's the worst.
Yeah,
the worst parts.
Yes.
It's so cringy in the worst way.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you actually remove the Steve Carell scenes in Anchorman 2, it's not that bad. But like, yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I think this Elf sequel though was supposed to be like right after the first one. So like at the time, you know, like he had these morals where he was like, "Oh, I have to turn it down. It's not a good script." Because clearly he doesn't care anymore. He's given up.
No.
And that's how most like comedy movie stars are. Like, you go look at Jim Carrey. What are his best movies? Like his first 5,
right?
Like Ace Ventura 1 and 2, The Mask, Liar Liar, Dumb and Dumber. You know, like those are his best. Adam Sandler is like his, you know, like the first 5 pretty much. Like Billy Madison, Waterboy, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, Little Nicky, and then after that, like same for Jim Carrey. After that, not as good, and then just awfulness.
Right? Yeah.
This is why
they all wanted to try, like, let me do something serious.
Right.
And it's like, no.
Well,
like you roll up a newspaper. No.
Yeah. That's what Steve Carell did. And now he's only doing serious movies.
I know.
And it's always the same movie where he's like a sad loner that like meets a woman. Like, it's like, oh, I don't want to see any of these movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's the only character you can play, because even 40-Year-Old Virgin was that.
It's true.
Except it was a comedy.
At least it was a comedy.
Yeah.
But that's why I think Seth Rogen is the best of them all, because he's still, like, after his first 5, he still puts out funny movies. Like, he's become kind of like The Rock, because he's a producer of so much shit now. That he's not in as many movies, but like, you know, his movies when they come out are still really good.
Yeah.
So I think he's the exception. What do you have?
So I've got a couple things. Netflix is getting its first NC-17 movie.
Really?
Yeah. And it's going to be a fictionalized chronicle of the inner life of Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
And guess who's playing Marilyn Monroe?
I don't know.
The agent you're in love with in No Time to Die.
Holy shit.
In an NC-17 movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. I'm not sure when that one's coming out.
So that's their first movie Netflix is producing that's NC-17. Because they certainly have NC-17 movies on Netflix.
Right.
There's some good stuff.
And there's a picture of her.
Holy shit.
That's the blonde.
Marilyn Monroe is Cuban.
I know. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder what the appeal for that movie is. It's a movie or a show?
I guess it's a movie.
Yeah.
Because would a show be rated NC-17?
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like on Netflix, nothing has to be rated. I guess it does for kids or whatever.
Right.
It's funny. I have news about her as well, though.
Yeah.
Or unless you have more on her.
No, I don't have anything on her, but I do have that The Eternals on Rotten Tomatoes has now gotten a rotten rating and is sitting at 59%. Yikes. I mean, sometimes when you load up a movie with stars, it doesn't work. And this was supposed to be I always forget his name. Keneal.
I don't.
And the guy in Silicon Valley,
right?
Like this was going to be like his like big breakout role, you know? Like he got like super buff and everything for the movie, and like now it's like bombing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The thing I keep seeing is it's just a messy plot.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Speaking of the woman that's playing Marilyn Monroe, Deadline reports that Ana de Armas, again, the smoking hot Cuban agent in No Time to Die, is in talks to take the lead role in the upcoming John Wick spin-off movie, Ballerina, about a young female assassin who seeks revenge against the people who killed her family.
Oh, that could be cool.
So I guess she's becoming a big star.
Yeah.
I saw her in No Time to Die, and she was really good in it.
Yeah.
Even though she was barely in it. But yeah, have you seen John Wick 3?
Yes.
There's a scene in the movie where John Wick meets a ballerina who says, like, she's planning on becoming an assassin. That's the character, but it wasn't her in the movie.
Okay.
That's the character she's playing.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. Also, there's a documentary coming out digitally on November 23rd called Clerk. It's a behind-the-scenes doc examining the life and career of indie filmmaker and cultural icon Kevin Smith. The film features never-before-seen interviews from Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Stan Lee, Justin Long, Penn Jillette, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and more.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Check that out.
Have you heard interviews about him like doing Clerks 1? Where he said like him and his friends just maxed out a bunch of credit cards.
Yeah.
And shot the thing.
Yeah. These credit cards were maxed out. I mean, they didn't have a high max because it was a black and white camera.
Right. Well, yeah.
So that would be cool to check out.
Yeah.
Also, actor Brian Cox, who you may know as William Stryker in X-Men 2, is releasing a new autobiography called Putting the Rabbit in the Hat. In the book, he takes shots at some very big names in Hollywood. On Edward Norton, Cox said, "He's a nice lad, but a bit of a pain in the arse because he fancies himself as a writer-director," which Ed Norton has a bad reputation to begin with, so that doesn't surprise many people.
Yeah.
But on Michael Caine, he said, "I wouldn't describe Michael as my favorite, but he's Michael Caine, an institution, and being an institution will always beat having range."
I'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, that seems crazy to me,
Yeah.
that line.
Right.
Michael Caine's a fantastic actor. He certainly has range. I think he is an institution. Every time you see Michael Caine, it's a big deal. That's because he's Michael Caine.
Right, exactly.
But he certainly has range. Like, go look in The Dark Knight Rises when he's fucking crying over Bruce and everything. Cox called Johnny Depp overrated, saying, "I mean, Edward Scissorhands, let's face it. If you come on with hands like that and pale, scarred face, makeup, you don't have to do anything." And he didn't. And subsequently, he's done even less.
Wow. Jeez.
Is he just mad because these people are better actors than him?
Is he like dying? And he's just like, I'm going to write an old grumpy man essay before
Does he owe someone money that he has?
Right. Yeah.
Because obviously you make it juicy, people are going to buy the book. He also spoke about Steven Seagal. I don't think anyone would argue with this. He says Steven Seagal is as ludicrous in real life as he appears on screen. He radiates a studied serenity as though he's on a higher plane to the rest of us. And while he's certainly on a different plane, no doubt about that, it's probably not a higher one.
Steven Seagal's going to kick his ass. I'll pay for that.
It could be a higher one. He could just be high.
Yeah.
Cox said about David Bowie, not a particular good actor. He made a better pop star. That much is for certain. Yeah, shocker there, buddy. Right. He was a pop star.
Yeah.
He was an actor second.
Yeah.
And then here's where I really take offense, because he spoke about Quentin Tarantino. He said, "I find his work meretricious. It's all surface, plot mechanics in place of depth, style where there should be substance. I walked out of Pulp Fiction. That said, if the phone rang, I'll do it."
Oh my God.
He shit all over him, and then he's like, but I'll do the movie.
If you want me in the movie, I'll fucking do it.
I'll do the movie.
I'll do the movie.
Anyways, this book comes out in the U.S. in January.
Good God. Might have to review this book.
Right.
First book review.
I mean, did they give all the details? Do we even have to read it? It's like, what else could there be?
Right.
Yeah. All right, moving on. BJ Novak, best known for starring as Ryan Howard in The Office, revealed that someone mistakenly put an image of him on a public domain site.
Yes.
And now his face is on products sold all around the world.
I saw this. This is hilarious.
And he said he's too amused to do anything about it.
Yeah.
But look.
I know. And it's like when he had that like 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. And it's the same photo.
I love the one in the raincoat where you can tell the face is photoshopped. And most of them are for like beard trimmers.
Beard trimmers. I don't know what the hell this is.
I guess that's like some sort of like face makeup, face paint.
I guess.
Yeah.
This looks like maybe a cologne or something.
I think so.
Yeah, 2 razors, cologne, makeup, and the raincoat.
The raincoat's the best, by far. Oh, God.
That's amazing. That's great. Also, last thing before we get to Halloween Kills. Last week, IGN asked their fans to vote on what they thought was the best scary movie of all time.
Okay.
And they didn't have like a bracket. They just had like, you would go on their website and there would be two movies going head to head, and you would click on one over the other, and then they would bring up two other movies and you would click on one and then two other movies.
Right.
But coming in at number 1, the best scary movie of all time, The Shining, which barely beat Alien. Alien was number 2. But they had like 105 movies on here. You know what wasn't on there was The Sixth Sense.
Really?
Wasn't even on there.
Huh.
I thought that was a very scary movie.
Yeah.
And a good plot, good acting. Like Haley Joel Osment got nominated at what, 12 years old?
I think so, yeah.
For like best supporting actor. I don't know
Right.
how old he was, but yeah.
He was young.
He was young. Like that was a great movie. How was that not in the top? Coming in at number 5 was the first Halloween, which we'll talk about in a minute. But
Yeah, okay.
so I thought that was interesting. But you have anything else?
No.
All right, then. Well, here's your spoiler warning, because now we're going to review Halloween Kills. So this is the 12th film in the Halloween franchise. And there's one more coming out next year as well, called Halloween Ends. Cross your fucking fingers.
Please. Fingers, toes, arms, legs,
Please
whatever you
end
gotta
it
do.
forever.
Yeah.
You know they won't, though.
No.
Like, how long until they make until they reboot Halloween again?
Like, I think when someone said getting blood from a stone, I think they were talking about movie franchises. Just how much can we get out of it?
Let's go through the Halloween franchise. So we have the first one, Halloween, 1978.
Right.
Halloween 2, 81.
Which takes place 5 minutes after Halloween 1, I think.
Okay.
Because it's Laurie in the hospital attending to her wounds.
So just like how this Halloween Kills is right after as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they.
And it's Michael Myers coming for her.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Right. Then we have Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Right.
Was that one not even about Mike Myers?
I don't think so. I think like one of them had like a robot.
Okay, then we have Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Oh, okay.
So I guess he wasn't in 3.
Yeah.
That was in 88, Halloween 3, 82. Then in 89, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers.
Oh.
What were the rest of the movies about? Then that was 89. Then we go 6 years later, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Oh.
Then 98, Halloween H20, 20 years later. What a great title.
It's Halloween H2O.
Halloween H2O, 20 years later.
Yeah.
What, does he just drown people in that one?
Yes.
Then we have Halloween Resurrection in 2002. Then in 2007, we have Halloween.
Yes. Yeah.
Then in 2009, Halloween 2. Then in 2018, Halloween.
Oh, okay. Makes
So then
sense.
There's 3 movies in this franchise that are just Halloween.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 Halloween 2s.
So the 2007 and 2009 Halloweens, those were the Rob Zombie ones.
Yeah.
Which the first one wasn't bad. You know, it was pretty
Okay.
intense. The second one just goes off the fucking rails. Like,
Right.
I don't know what is going on in that one.
Yeah. I don't know.
And like, there's a lot of like stop motion photography and
Yeah.
it's not great.
All right, Halloween Kills, the sequel
To Halloween.
to Halloween, the reboot, because
Which
this
is-
is a trilogy.
Which brings back Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's like an older, crazy
She's a
shut-in-
grandma.
Yeah.
There's 3 writers for this trilogy. One of them's Danny McBride.
I know. I saw that in the credits. I'm like, okay, is there another Danny McBride that writes movies? I looked it up. It's the same guy.
I guess he just is a big Halloween fan.
I was like, oh, is this going to be like a comedy?
Yeah, but
Kinda was.
So okay, so let's talk about Halloween Kills. So this movie throws away the Halloween films from 2 through 10.
Yeah.
So there's the original Halloween. Then there was the Halloween reboot from 2018. Like that's the order, and then there's Halloween Kills. So in the original Halloween, you know, he gets arrested, and then it's like 40 years later, no one's he's been in jail this whole time, and he breaks out of jail and does all that stuff. Like, I watched some of the original Halloween film last night from 1978.
I did too, because it was on AMC, of course, on repeat.
It's really bad.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah,
it's not great.
So bad.
Yeah,
like, I mean, John Carpenter, like, he just grabbed a camera and his friends made a film, like what you said about Kevin Smith, except they made a bad film. Like, this reminds me of my senior video when I tried to make a horror film.
Okay.
Like, did you see the part where that one woman's getting, like, strangled with the telephone cord?
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's not scary at all. It's just,
right.
It's terrible. But
yeah, and I mean, the acting in it is pretty atrocious.
Yeah. Okay, so again, this is the original Halloween. The first scene of the movie, we see Michael as a 6-year-old kid murder his older sister.
Uh-huh.
And the scene is Michael's point of view.
Yes.
He's supposed to be 6 years old, but in this point of view, he's 6 years old and 6 feet tall. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
The fucking cameraman filming 6 feet tall. That's supposed to be a child?
Yes.
And then he walks out, he's a 6-year-old boy. He's like fucking 2 feet tall. What the hell is that?
I know.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I also read the plot of the last Halloween movie before watching this, just to, understand it, because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm easily scared by horror films. I was not scared of this, by this movie.
Oh, not in the slightest.
It's not scary.
No.
I thought the opening flashback was hilarious, with Michael just, like, pushing the cop against the wall. Like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Pushing you against the wall.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they wanted to make the flashback look like shitty like the original.
I guess
Like, well,
so.
this is how he killed people in the original. He just pushed them up against the wall.
Yeah.
And then strangled them, like, with a rope.
Yeah.
And then the rookie cop shoots his the other cop.
And so he's a dead target when it comes to shooting the other cop.
Yes.
But he's shooting Michael Myers 2 feet away and can't hit him.
Right.
And he's a trained police officer.
Well, he should have just went right up to him and shot him point blank in the head.
Obviously.
Rather than,
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
but,
like, Michaels is going down the stairs. He's trying to shoot at him. And, like, Michaels is walking slowly. And I think he shot, like, an outline around him. I think that's exactly what he did. Right. I'm like, who let this guy be a cop?
Exactly. Then we go to present time. Again, it takes place right after the last one, where they set the house on fire.
With Michael in it.
Uh-huh. But then firefighters show up to save him.
Because that's what firefighters do.
And
I guess Jamie Lee Curtis did anticipate on firefighters existing.
That's true.
Right. I mean, I guess she thought, well, I'm secluded. They're not going to come out here.
Yeah. She's
no, like
in
they
horror
send everybody.
In horror films, no one puts out fires.
No, they let it burn.
So Michael kills a bunch of firefighters. One of them just sprays Michael with a hose as Michael walks towards him, and then just stabs him in the face.
They're like, all right, gentlemen, just like we prepared. Everyone go one at a time.
Yeah. Just like in wrestling.
I know.
Where like a group of guys fighting off one, one guy fighting off a group of guys.
Like they have axes.
Yes, they do.
And a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Like, you go high, I'll go low.
Right.
Cut his leg off.
Yeah. No, just spray him with the hose. After like the first 5 seconds, you realize the hose isn't working. Maybe do try something else. But no, he's just like, right in the fucking eye.
Yeah.
Then later we see Lenny Clark and his wife get murdered.
Yeah.
And this was just a random couple, right? I mean, it had nothing to do with.
It was.
Like, there was no
Michaels
reason.
Kills her. Like, she's got a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, that's my weapon. I need something else. And he takes like a light tube.
Yeah.
And smashes it, which would shatter the entire thing.
Right.
They don't just break in half like that.
Yeah.
And then he sticks it right in her neck, like, while she's standing there with the knife. Like, she doesn't even attempt to defend herself.
She got the worst of it.
Yeah.
She had to watch Michael kill Lenny Clark.
Uh-huh.
Then there's also a Michael Myers survivor group led by Anthony Michael Hall.
Sure.
And like they're at this bar, they're having this talent show.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, all right, up next, this guy. And Anthony Michael Hall's like, hey guys.
Ready to have your fucking night ruined?
Exactly. All right, next for the talent show, I want to tell you about Michael Myers, who killed his people. And
He killed fucking everyone we ever knew, and they're all right here.
he's still coming for us.
Yeah, he's still out there.
But we're not going to move away. We want to die.
Yeah.
Like, just move away. It's been 40 years.
Yeah.
Move somewhere else.
For real.
Come on now.
Go live in the mountains.
Go live anywhere else.
Yeah, California. It's nice.
I laughed when they later wheeled the wounded officer in the hospital, and one of the nurses was like, he's got internal bleeding, lacerations, but he's going to make it. Okay.
Wow.
How did you know that?
That's amazing.
He has internal bleeding, lacerations. He was stabbed in the neck.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's gonna make it.
It's fine.
How do you know that?
I wouldn't even call this like a flesh wound. The fucking doctor from Last Action Hero.
Oh my
Is this
God.
a joke?
Right. Then later when they find out like Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter and then her granddaughter, they find out Michael's alive. Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, Karen, yells, Michael Myers is coming here. And then she tells her daughter, go stay with grandma.
Yeah.
Do you want your daughter to die?
Right.
Hey, Michael Myers is coming. He wants to kill your grandma. Go with grandma.
Go sit next to her.
What?
Yeah.
That made no sense.
Right. And by this time, this is Jamie Lee Curtis's like 4th minute in the movie. We're probably like half an hour in.
I guess she didn't want to be in this one.
I don't blame her.
So they just put her to sleep for half of it.
Right. Yeah.
She did nothing. She was in the hospital bed.
Right.
Like for 99% of the movie.
Like that's why this reminded me so much of Halloween 2, because that's what it was. She was in a hospital bed.
The whole movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, speaking of the original Halloween 2...
If you're just going to make the same movie, then why bother?
I mean, she gets up, like, when Michael gets to her room and, like, she walks...
Okay, so
before she walks to another room.
Yeah.
The most ridiculous kill in that movie is there's, like, a hot tub in the hospital.
Okay.
You know, like one of those, like, steel ones that they use for rehab. And so Michael Myers turns the heat all the way up.
Yeah.
And so he takes the nurse's face by his hand and dunks her in, pulls her face out, it's getting red, dunks it again, skin's peeling off, dunks it, holds it in there for like 30 seconds, and it's like all fucked up. Hand's perfectly fine. Not a problem with his hand.
Yeah, dude, you ever get in a hot tub? Your skin burns off right away.
Immediately.
You can only be in a hot tub for 10 seconds or you will die.
Well, he turned it up somehow. For some reason, it has a setting where it goes up to 300 degrees.
Hey, some days we just need to cook a lot of chicken for the whole hospital. We put all the chicken in this hot tub.
Yeah. Boil it up. Everyone loves boiled chicken.
Boiled chicken for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian. Fuck you. Eat this chicken.
Oh, it's Christmas. Boiled goose.
We cooked it in a hot tub. Fucking get over it.
Yeah, put a few chicken bouillon cubes in there.
All right, back to Halloween Kills. The granddaughter joined the survivor crew and says, Michael Myers haunted this town for 40 years. Tonight, we hunt him. It's like, oh, you're so cool.
But he didn't haunt it for 40 years because he was locked up.
Yeah, he haunted it for 2 nights.
Yeah.
Like 40 years in, like...
Yeah, one night,
apart.
40 years, another night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the cops, cops in all horror movies are pretty much worthless. But like especially in this movie, because all the vigilantes, they're like, all right, we have like 20 people. Let's split up into groups.
Right.
So that we're enough to Michael can kill us one by one.
Yeah. We're a large mob, so the smart thing to do is split up in groups of 2.
Yeah. The cops should have just followed the vigilantes. Because then they would have found Michael.
Yeah.
And then that one old lady, when Michael confronts them and she has a gun, she's like, hey, Michael, this is for Dr. Loomis. Click. And she's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then he immediately murders her. And then
she was in the original Halloween. Like,
they
actually got some of the same actors and actresses from the original.
Right, and they immediately kill him.
They kill them off.
Yeah. They introduce like this new couple that lives in town. They're dead.
Yeah, why did they go after? Why were they like, we're in, we want to murder?
Yeah.
You have nothing, like there's...
We want to murder this guy we just found out about.
Yeah.
Right. And then the wife...
Like, they didn't kill anyone you loved. Or, like,
no.
They have nothing to do with this.
No.
Why are you all of a sudden murder hungry?
Right. Like, you were... Like, even the kid that they interviewed, they're like, oh, that's that little asshole from across the street. Like, you're like, yeah, fucking let him kill him. Who cares? Let's get drunk.
The woman that was dressed as a nurse who was actually a doctor. That was the joke.
Right.
She was shooting at Michael with a big gun, but then he kicks the door open. The door hits her gun, spins the gun around, and
Completely 180.
and she shoots,
Whoa!
and she shoots herself in the face. That was fucking
That
hilarious.
was the most ridiculous. Like, it hurts to like turn my hand around that much.
Of course.
Like, hitting a door will not do that. I'm sorry.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I also laughed when Anthony Michael Hall said Michael is an apex predator.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, Randy Orton.
I know he took offense to that.
And then, halfway into the movie, Jamie Lee Curtis, like, her trying to act like a tough grandma is just weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did she stab herself in the ass with steroids?
I think so.
Like, she found some sort of steroid.
She's like, it makes the pain go away.
and then, you just have to inject it.
It's probably heroin.
You just have to, inject it. But she just goes, like, stabs herself in the ass as hard as she can.
Yeah, like, no, just,
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't have a rock hard ass.
No.
Just slide right in there.
Like
You're
70-year-old Jamie Lee Curtis.
Your skin's kind of like meringue at this point.
And then Michael kills a gay couple because they lived in his house.
Big John and Little John.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Like, why was that their names?
Were they like, we need to put a comedy scene in this movie?
Yes.
Let's do a comedy
Right.
scene.
And then they're like, someone's in the house.
Yeah.
Let's arm ourselves.
Yeah.
Little John gets a giant kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Big John gets a fucking cheese knife.
Right.
He pulls a small 2-inch blade off of the cheese plate. He's like, let's fucking go.
I think he was Little John. I think that was the joke, is that the small one was Big John and the tall one was Little John.
Yeah, but Big John got the small knife.
Oh, okay.
And Little John got the big knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this knife and I have this knife. What was that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Right. It's like, oh shit, there's a serial killer in our house. All right, lock the door.
Leave.
Right.
Leave.
He's upstairs.
Yeah.
Just go.
By the way, one of the guys was Michael McDonald from Mad TV.
Yes, he was. The Stewart guy?
No. That was fucking distracting.
Yeah, he saw he saw Big John killed. He's like, no.
By the way, they should have, if they were watching news instead of porn, they would have known that Michael Myers was loose.
Yeah, it's true.
But
yeah. He went home.
Then later in the movie, everyone in the hospital, the mob shows up to the hospital.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know why. Why did they originally show up to the hospital?
Because
because everyone's families were like being sent there because
everyone's families was sent there, and they're like, Michael's coming here.
Yeah.
He's coming here.
So then everyone in the hospital mistakes a small old man for Michael.
Uh-huh. Whose face is cut open.
Yeah.
A gushing wound almost.
He's just an escaped inmate?
He was an escaped inmate that was on the bus.
Oh, in the first one. In the last one.
In the last one.
In the last one. Okay, so
correct.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I didn't understand.
And they're
that.
like, well, obviously that has to be him because, I mean, we've never seen his face. I mean, he's here and murders are still happening, but that's him.
So, they mistake it for Michael. Then a doctor knees Jamie Lee Curtis in the stomach.
Yeah. And she's like, ow, my fresh stitches that I got 10 minutes ago.
And this old man somehow outruns everyone chasing him.
Uh-huh.
Then Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter Karen tries to help the old man, but the mob thinks he's Michael. So the old man jumps out of a window to kill himself before the mob could get to him.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Michael Hall tells the sheriff, he's always worn a mask. How do we not know it's him? You know how you know he's not Michael? Because he's not Danny DeVito.
Also,
this guy looked like Penguin from Batman Returns. Michael's
also,
what, 6'5"?
Yeah,
and
at
this
least.
guy's like 5'2", Danny DeVito height.
Right.
What the fuck?
Also, murders are still happening, so clearly,
right. He looked just like Penguin.
The whole mob chanting like "Evil dies tonight, evil dies tonight." Like, okay. And so at the hospital, there's a mob of what, 300?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Why not? The sheriff did nothing this whole movie.
No.
Completely worthless.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, the granddaughter, her boyfriend, and the boyfriend's dad, they find out. They're like, Michael's in his old house.
Yeah, he just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
So that whole idea that he's after Lori is complete bullshit, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah.
He just wants to be home.
He just wants to go home.
So he could creep out in his sister's room again.
That's why in the original Halloween 2, he went to the hospital to find her.
Right.
They're like, oh, it's the exact same thing. 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Jesus. Jesus Christopher.
But once they know where Michael is, that'd probably be the good time to call the cops.
For sure. Yeah. And the mob.
Yeah. But they're like, nah, that's all right.
Yeah. We got this.
I like how Michael always instantly kills everyone unless it's an important character, like the granddaughter.
Right.
You know, he just beats her up, throws her down the stairs and stuff.
Right. Everyone else, instant, death.
And then he's very strong. He just fucking completely twists her boyfriend's whole head around.
Like, with the greatest of eases.
So easy. Woo! Like it's fucking butter or something.
I know. After, somehow being, rammed in the throat, being impaled in the throat 4 times wasn't enough.
Not enough.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
And he's been stabbed a couple times.
Right.
Yeah, because apparently this guy can't shoot from 2 feet away either.
No one can.
Yeah.
Then Karen shows up to save her daughter. She stabs Michael in the back with a pitchfork. Stomps on his head.
Yeah.
Rips off his mask and then lets him stand up.
Right.
Just keep stepping on his head after that.
Or keep stabbing with the pitchfork.
Stab him in the head with the pitchfork.
Yeah.
Any
Why is this hard?
Instead, they just watch him get up.
She's like, if you want to kill someone, kill me.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, I'm going to get up and do that.
So
you lost your window of opportunity here.
Karen lures Michael to the mob.
Which is now only 10 people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they beat him with bats and clubs until he falls. This would have been a great ending to the whole series.
Right.
Like the people that he fucking scared all these years.
Right.
And they finally get their revenge and kill him. They beat him with bats and clubs. He falls. Then the daughter, Karen, stabs Michael in the back, and they think it's over.
Like the base of the neck.
Yeah.
Like severing the spine.
Right. I guess they've never seen a horror movie. They have guns.
They do.
They have guns.
They have them.
Shoot his head off.
Right.
Shoot his head till there's no more head.
Right. You have cars there. Get some rope.
Right.
Tie him to cars and rip him apart.
You had a shotgun.
Yeah.
Blow his head off.
Right. Dismember him.
And then they're like, finally one guy with a gun is like, and he gets so fucking close. You don't have to get that close with a gun.
You don't.
And then
the bullets travel, and they travel fast.
Like, some of them leave. Like, the daughter leaves with her granddaughter. They go back to Michael's house.
Yeah.
Why would you go back to Michael's house to begin with?
Yeah.
They go, to get treatment or whatever. None of the cops show up to where Michael is supposed to be dead. No cops show up there.
Right.
Then Michael gets up. He kills some of the mob that hung around, including Anthony Michael Hall.
Kills all the mob.
Yeah.
And while Jamie Lee Curtis is talking
to the officer in the hospital.
And they've never really said, Michael Myers has supernatural powers or anything.
Yeah.
But she's like, he gets stronger with every kill. What?
Yeah.
So I guess he's killed so much that entire beatdown did nothing.
Right.
And he just gets up and kills an entire mob easily. And this is the same mob that has guns.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes no difference.
Then Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter Karen goes to Michael's sister's room for what reason?
Because she saw young Michael in the window from outside.
Right. Why? Why did she see that?
I don't know. Because she's insane.
That's not even a ghost. Michael's not dead.
He's not.
So then she goes there, and then Michael shows up and stabs her to death.
Yeah.
And then they show Jamie Lee Curtis's face as if she sensed it with the force.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And the movie ends. That was the only part of the movie where I had any emotion was when Michael kills Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter.
Right.
I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
this time, it's personal.
Yeah.
Again.
Michael's like, it's just because you're a Karen.
Yeah.
Fuck Karens.
Fucking Karens. Right.
Yeah, not a good movie.
No. I mean, it's... No. If they're doing a Halloween Ends, that's all it's set up for.
My God.
So I guess we're gonna see. And you got to think like Jamie Lee Curtis is in her 70s.
At least, I mean, yeah, at least 60s.
So
right?
Michael Myers is what, in his 80s?
No, because he was a 6-year-old kid. Hold on,
With a baby.
then he was 21. Yeah, he's in his 60s. He's like 61.
Well, he's like a little bit older than Jamie Lee Curtis's character.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's
So
slightly
it's gotta
older.
be-
So she's in her 70s. He's in his mid 70s.
Well, because hold on, in the first Halloween he was 21.
And she was like,
he was a 6-year-old boy. He was 21, so he's got to be 61 40 years later.
yeah,
You know? And then I guess in the movie she's younger than that, but in real life she's fucking older.
yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis. In real life, she's 62. So,
Oh,
all right.
okay.
She's playing I guess she's playing a 56-year-old or something like that
Yeah, sure.
to be,
She looks old for 56, but I guess the stress of having to deal with a serial killer for 40 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, all right. I guess we'll try to do awards
Yeah.
for this movie. Who did you have for worst dressed?
I had Michael Myers without the mask. Why even take the mask off?
And you still never see the face.
No,
Like, what's
you
the
don't.
point if you take the mask off and you
Correct.
don't see the
Yeah.
face?
Yeah.
I had the penguin guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Best dressed?
I guess the nurse. She was kind of hot.
Oh, yeah, she was. I had the granddaughter.
Okay.
I mean, in real life, she's like 27. So.
She wasn't really in it much either.
She wasn't.
Jamie Lee Curtis was in it for like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, well, I'm not picking
And
her.
5 minutes of those was talking.
Right.
Yeah. so-
Worst acting?
I'm going to say Anthony Michael Hall.
He wasn't very good.
He wasn't. No. Evil dies tonight.
Yeah.
Captain Killjoy.
I'll go with that. Best acting?
Was there really one?
I don't know.
There wasn't like a main character besides Michael.
Right. He was the main character.
Because like everyone you met basically died.
Yeah. Maybe Karen. I don't know.
Maybe.
She's like, if anyone, she was really more of the main character than anyone else, but
Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe the ventriloquist.
Yeah,
That was good ventriloquism.
worst comment? Again, for me, it's how do we not know this? How do we know this isn't him?
Yeah. Mine was Evil Dies Tonight.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Best comment? I'm not sure if there was one.
Yeah.
Don't think so.
I mean, there weren't any like puns while like killing him, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Usually there are.
So there really was like worst moment, best moment. Should we just change this to like worst kill, best kill?
Yeah.
So what was like the worst kill?
The hitting the car door and the gun turns around and shoots her in the face. That was the worst kill.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
The best kill?
Man.
Maybe like, well, I think actually the most shocking moment was him killing Karen.
Yeah, but I think
That was pretty horrifying.
I think the best kill was the granddaughter's boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Because he gets stabbed a few times, and then he gets run through like the banister thing,
Yeah.
and then he gets impaled on it, and then he gets his head turned around. So he got like the most brutal.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is all for awards. That's all for Halloween kills. See you next year for Halloween ends. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably around the same time.
Probably around the same time.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have fan questions and comments.
Yep.
This is from Mika. Do you think that Michael Myers was
Micah.
getting... Oh, sorry, Micah. Jesus. Do you think that Michael Myers was getting some inspiration from Seth Rollins with all the eye gouging violence?
Oh yeah.
Love what you guys are doing.
He did the thumbs in the eyes to
Big John?
Big John.
Yeah, that was good.
I was just gonna pull his head apart.
Right. Chris Tobin, who is one wrestler who could possibly kill Michael Myers.
The Undertaker.
Yeah, The Undertaker.
Yeah, he sucks souls and fills holes.
Or Brock Lesnar. Those
Oh
are two
yeah,
good
F5.
choices.
Yeah,
F5.
F5 him onto.
F5 killed The Undertaker. So.
It did. Yeah, so maybe Lesnar.
Dad Bod, Timothy Clausen, Pushfire Barry, Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger.
Push Freddy.
Yeah.
Barry, Jason, fire Michael.
Fire Michael.
Yeah.
He's so boring.
Yeah.
Bobby says serial killer bracket. Maybe we could do that one day.
That can be fun.
That could be fun. And then Justin Stewart, what's the worst movie you guys have ever seen?
The Room.
Man, but there's so much to love. Like, even though it's bad,
It's so bad, but it's hilarious.
what about like worst like movie that was actually a Hollywood movie? Because The Room wasn't. I mean, it was like, an indie film.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
I mean, I always say
Catwoman.
I never saw Catwoman.
Oh God, it was like on an airplane one time, and there's nothing else to do, so I watched it. It was so bad.
Batman versus Superman offended me probably more than any movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, The Room's up there. Like, there's some really bad, like Birdemic. Go check out Birdemic. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
See, can you really call it the worst movie though if I like it?
That's true.
Because it's so bad?
Yeah.
Peyton Livingston, what's your favorite underrated horror movie? Ooh. This is a joke now. They're just doing this to fuck with us.
Yeah.
Jake Baker, I found myself rooting for Michael more than Laurie in this movie, and the one from 2018, is that bad character structure, or am I a psychopath? Both.
I mean, Michael Myers was the main character. He's the only one that you could invest in.
Well, that's why you watch these Halloween movies. You watch them to see Michael Myers kill people.
Yeah.
Mario Rizzo, what did you guys think of the Paranormal Activity movies? I gotta admit, the first one was an ass clincher. Can't think of any movies that can compare, aside from that fucking doll in The Conjuring.
So I really like the Paranormal Activity series because it ends up looping back around.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really crazy how they connect them all.
I never saw it.
Oh, they're so good. All of them are good.
Tyrone Grizz says, I was wondering if you guys could quickly reenact this scene from Full Metal Jacket with Stone Cold Steve Austin playing the gunnery Sergeant Hartman. All right, do you want to be Private Cowboy? And I'll be Stone Cold as Hartman?
Okay.
Can you? Okay. All right, so...
What's your excuse?
Sir, excuse for what, sir?
I'm asking the fucking questions here, Private. Do you understand?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Can I be charged for a while?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you shook up? What? Are you nervous? What?
Sir, yes, sir.
Do I make you nervous?
Sir.
Sir, what? Were you about to call me an asshole? What?
Sir, no, sir.
How tall are you, Private?
Sir, 5'9", sir.
5'9"? I didn't know they stacked shit that high. You trying to squeeze an inch in me or somewhere, huh?
Sir, no, sir.
Bullshit. Looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. You stupid son of a bitch.
That was good.
Oh, man. All right, there you go. Jason Deerham, like the many NXT stars we thought would be huge but got buried on main roster, what TV actors did you think were going to be huge when their show ended but never really did anything of much note in film? I thought Bryan Cranston and Charlie Hunnam would be big-time movie stars after Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I'll say Charlie Hunnam because he did a few movies and they all like kind of flopped. Like he did that King Arthur, and it was bad.
Bryan Cranston, though, is just too old at this point to be a big movie star.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still around doing stuff.
Right.
But TV shows, I don't know. But Bryan Cranston's a good one, and yeah.
Yeah.
Pop Culture Junkie, Pushfire Berry, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Nightmare Before Christmas, Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to say push Nightmare Before Christmas, bury Little Shop of Horrors, and fire Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay.
I really like Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah. Rick Moranis is so good in the movie, and the musical is good too.
Austin Gonzalez, you guys should review the really good episodes of The Simpsons, also the movie. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that at some point.
Yeah.
Luis Torres, do you think this movie could hurt the franchise?
Oh no, a little late. Yeah.
Matt Rasp, will you do throwback movie reviews at some point? I'm sure a large portion of the fan base wants to hear your opinions on the Lord of the Rings, the MCU. It would extend your reach to massive fan bases. Yeah, that's definitely in the plan to do that.
Yeah.
Michael Haw, have you seen the movie Totally Awesome with Tracy Morgan? Peekaboo, I'ma hump you.
What?
I've never even heard of that.
No.
Never even heard of that. That sounds hilarious, though. Remo. Hey, question. Or, hey, gentlemen, not a question, but a piece of feedback. Could you guys consider putting timestamps in the description of the episode? I haven't finished Squid Game. Wanted to hear many Saints of Newark talk. Fast forwarded to try to find it. Son of a bitch. Spoiler. Just a thought. Have a happy Halloween. And who would win, Michael Myers or Jason? God, they would be like the best tag team. I mean, they both can't be killed, right? So...
Yeah,
Jason. I would say Jason.
Undefeated.
I think I like Jason better.
Yeah.
So.
Can you do? You could probably do timestamps on YouTube, right?
Yeah, you could. I could put them. I'll definitely put them in the descriptions.
Okay.
I could do it on the podcast apps as well.
Okay, like in the show notes.
Yeah, for sure. That'll help that. Because
Okay.
that week we did Squid Game and Many Saints of Newark. So
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's got a double.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll definitely.
Thanks
do that
for the suggestion.
from now on. And that is the show. So make sure you subscribe to our podcast. Give us a 5-star review. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Hollywood Hog Pod. Next week, we will be reviewing the rotten Marvel's The Eternals.
Yeah. I feel so bad because we're like, yeah, we're going to be positive in this
I
one.
know.
We just keep getting shitty movies.
I know.
Come on.
Come on.
Get your shit together, Hollywood.
When the hell is... We got to wait for Spider-Man in December.
That's going to be our biggest episode for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, Hawkeye is like coming at the end of November, so we still have a ways
Yeah.
away for that.
But do we review it every week? Every
Yeah.
episode? Okay.
Well, because the first two are coming
yeah.
out at the same time, then it's week after week, right?
Right.
So yeah, we'll just do it the weeks they come out. Or
Okay.
Whatever.
Right.
So there you go. All right, we'll see you next time.
All right.